Hey all, how are you? Welcome back. Jackson M. Haskell here. So the quick announcement is that the video coming after this, on June 25th, we actually have another Let's Talk Horror. We're going to be talking about Ghoulies 2, which is really cool. It's also the last Let's Talk Horror of the month, which is crazy to think about. And at this video coming on the 24th, we're talking about TCW, which I'm filming right now. We're talking about TCW, but Clone Wars Season 2 overview. I am pleased to announce that Season 3 will be on June 26th, so only 2 days away. If you're looking for non-TCW content for Star Wars, July 3rd, we're going to be covering Revenge of the Sith, which is really cool. And here we go. The Clone Wars Season 2, also known as Rise of the Bounty Hunters, aired from 2009 to 2010. Yeah. And Season 2 is Sith resort to hiring bounty hunters and mercenaries to steal objects and intel or assassinate targets from them. Meanwhile, Jedi lead the Republic forces in unknown Saw and primary battle droid manufacturing facility. So here we go. The first episode of Season 2, we have Holocron Heist, released on October 2nd, 2009. It was directed by Justin Ridge and written by Paul Dini. Obi-Wan and Anakin try to stop Cad Bane from stealing a holocron from the Jedi Temple. Meanwhile, Ahsoka discovers another shape-shifting bounty hunter disguised as a Jedi, and that bounty hunter is disguised as Jocasta Nu, librarian. Yeah, Paul Dini, I mentioned it in TCW, did a lot of work on Batman and animated series, fun fact, which is cool. So, numbered episode 2, Cargo of Doom, released October 2nd, 2009, so same day. It was directed by Rob Coleman and written by George Christic. Cad Bane moves to sell a stolen holocron to Separatists, while Anakin and Ahsoka try to receive it and return it to the holocron vault inside the Jedi Temple. I forgot to mention holocron, vital info, special info for stuff, secretive info. So episode 3, Children of the Force, October 9th, 2009, it was directed by Brian Callen O'Connell and written by Henry Gilroy and Wendy Merkel. Henry Gilroy was one of the showrunners for this show, which is really cool. So Cad Bane uses a holocron to find and kidnap Force-sensitive younglings. Anakin and Ahsoka try to find them and take them home, while Mace Windu and Obi-Wan track down a holocron. Force-sensitive younglings would be important in other Star Wars shows, but they are younglings who have a sense of Force. You can feel it. It's cool. Episode 4, Senate Spy, directed by Stuart Lee and written by Melinda Hasu. October 16th, 2009. Jedi suspect that Senator Rush Clovis is working for the Separatists, so they recruit Padme to spy on him. Anakin discovers that Padme and Clovis have a romantic relationship. They were in a relationship, like it says. Rush Clovis is really important. He's a Separatist leader. Well, I don't know if he's exactly Separatist, but he would later become the head of the banking clan. Yeah, he's a Separatist senator from Scipio. And is a former suitor of Padme before Padme it's just really important. He would die, sacrifice himself later on in the TV show. Episode 5, Landing at Point Rain. It was directed by Brian Kalin O'Connell and written by Brian Larson, November 4th, 2009. Using information stolen from Senator Clovis, Obi-Wan, Anakin, Ahsoka, and Ki-Adi-Mundi lead a combined stormtrooper assault on a massive droid factory on Geonosis. So the TV show takes place right after between Attack of the Clones and Revenge of the Sith. So it's kind of cool going back to iconic planet from Geonosis, which is featured primarily on Attack of the Clones. Episode 6, Weapons Factory. November 13th, 2009. It was written by Giancarlo Volpe and directed by Giancarlo Volpe and written by Brian Larson. Ahsoka and Luminara and Dooley's Padawan Varys Offee, we just mentioned her. Here's her civilians, fun fact. Sneak in the droid factory, destroy it while their masters face new indestructible super tank, which is cool. Legacy of Terror, directed by Stuart Lee, so second time we're seeing his name. Ian Mahoney, and it was released November 20th, 2009. Luminara is captured while looking for a separatist leader, Poggle the Lesser, and it's up to Anakin, Obi-Wan, and Commander Cody to enter a colony of Geonosis zombies to find her. Poggle the Lesser, first time we're seeing his name mentioned, really important in Star Wars. He is the Geonosian leader, featured in Attack of the Clones, in which he would later be killed in Revenge of the Sith by Lord Vader, formerly Anakin. Episode 8, Brain Invaders, was released December 4th, 2009. It was directed by Stuart Lee, and written by Andrew Kreisberg. Ahsoka and Varys are to transport critical supplies to a medical station, but their clone troopers are infected with mind-controlling Geonosian worms that try to kill the Jedi. Varys is also infected by mind-controlling worms, so really interesting there. Zombie takeover, which you don't see a lot of. Yeah. Grievous Intrigue, January 1st, 2010. It was directed by Giancarlo Volpe and written by Ben Edlund. Jedi Master Eth Koth is captured by General Grievous, while Jedi Master Adi Gallia and Anakin try to rescue him. Obi-Wan plays fate to lure Grievous and capture him. First time we're seeing Eth Koth mentioned, really well-known Jedi in Star Wars. Same with Adi Gallia. Adi Gallia would later die in Clone Wars. By Savage Opress. Spoilers alert for an upcoming season. Deserter, released January 1st, 2010. It was directed by Robert Daeva and written by Carl Ellsworth. After escaping to the planet Slushmai, Grievous searches for a ship to get off-world. Obi-Wan, Commander Cody, and Rex try to search for Grievous before he escapes the planet. Rex is wounded by a commando droid sniper while scouting ahead and meets a deserter at a farm where he takes shelter. The deserter is later coming back in another show, Bad Batch, first season. Lightsaber Lost, released January 22nd, 2010. It was directed by Giancarlo Volpe, so we're seeing him for the third time, and Drew Z. Greenberg. When Ahsoka's lightsaber is stolen by a pickpocket, she gets help from the seemingly feeble elder Jedi Tara Sinube as she tracks down to see if this takes place in Coruscant. Tara Sinube, first time we're seeing him. He's been a background character in a couple episodes, and really elderly. Just really interesting Jedi. He's really fast for how old he is. But yeah. January 29th, 2010, we have Mandalore plot. Obi-Wan is assigned to protect Justice Satine Kryze of Mandalore from a terrorist organization called Death Watch. Mandalore is really interesting planet in Star Wars. It's going to be featured a lot in Clone Wars. Yeah. I'm trying to think what else. Mandalore is really important. That's where the Mandalorians would have been from. And we would find out Duchess Satine. I don't know if it's this season, but it's definitely... I know it's definitely this season. I'm pretty sure. But Satine would later, before the show, would have had a relationship with Obi-Wan, a romantic one. And Death Watch is a really terrorist organization. Plays a huge part in, if not this season, other seasons of Clone Wars. Voyage of Temptation, February. Oh, sorry, I forgot. The Mandalore plot was written by Kyle Dunleavy and Melinda. Directed by Kyle Dunleavy and written by Melinda Sue. February 5th, 2010, we have Voyage of Temptation. It was written by Brian Callan O'Connell. We saw him before as a director. And also Paul Dini. We saw him before as a writer. As Satine heads to Coruscant and protected by clones and 2 Jedi, Anakin R2. Anakin R2 and the clones find assassin droids in the cargo while Obi-Wan tries to identify the traitor. We would find out it's one of, spoilers, but we will find out it's one of her close contacts, Satine's close contacts, Mandalore. I think it's like the Prime Minister, or someone, not, if not the Prime, it's someone really close. Duchess of Mandalore, February 12, 2010, written by Brian Callan O'Connell, sorry his name again, which is cool, and Drew Z. Greenberg, also sorry his name. On Coruscant, Satine disguises herself as a civilian to avoid assassins as she pleads for the Senate to leave her planet in peace. Because Mandalore is not part of any group, so it's not part of Separatists or Republic. And with the conflict happening right now, with the assassination, it's going to leave in peace. Senate Murders, released March 19th, 2010. Directed by Brian Callan O'Connell, and Drew Z. Greenberg wrote it. Senator Ola Kandafar is poisoned, and Padme teams up Bail Organa to unmask a culprit who turns out to be a fellow senator. Ola Kandafar, we saw him in season 1. He's the Uncle Ono to Padme in the Senate. Senator from Rhodia. And Bail Organa, really important character in Star Wars. He is a senator from Alderaan. And he would be adopted dad of, later on, Princess Leia Organa. Which is cool. And that was released March 19th. Cat and Mouse, directed by Kyle Dunleavy and written by Brian Larson. Seeing both their names again. Released on March 26, 2010. A highly seasoned separatist strategy stands between the separate Republic fleet and beleaguered Republic forces of Christophsis. Anakin finds himself in command of an advanced prototype stealth ship with orders to ferry supplies to the weary troops on the planet below. Will he obey orders or use the stealth ship to launch a sneak attack on a separatist blockade? We've seen Christophsis mentioned before, not in the show, but Star Wars Clone Wars movie. That's the planet where Ahsoka first meets Anakin and Obi-Wan. Which is really cool. Next episode was Bounty Hunters, released April 2nd, 2010. Directed by Stuart Lee and written by Carl Ellsworth, so it's both those people again. And when Anakin, Ahsoka, and Obi-Wan crash on lush rainforest planet of Felucia, they decided to help 4 bounty hunters protect local farmers from pirates intent on stealing their valuable crops. Obi-Wan and Anakin soon find out the pirates are led by the duo's old foe, Hondo Onuka. Yeah, really interesting. Felucia, we're seeing it for the first time. Felucia would be the planet where Aayla Secura would be gunned down in Revenge of the Sith. Killed. One of the bounty, I forget his name now, it's really famous. And we're seeing Hondo for the first time this season. Hondo is a local pirate. But yeah. And this episode actually was dedicated to celebrated filmmaker Akira Kurosawa and draws parallels from his film Seven Samurai. We have Zillow Beast, released April 9th, 2010, written by Giancarlo Volpe and directed by Giancarlo Volpe and written by Craig Titley. The Republic's newest droid, annihilating proton bomb, awakens a monstrous gargantuan and the invincible creature from an underground hibernation. Mace Windu and Anakin Skywalker face the dilemma: save the beast as its last specimen as its kind, or help the Dugs kill it and secure a treaty for critical fuel supplies. First time we're seeing Dugs mentioned. This takes place on their homeworld for the most part. The Dugs, really important. One of the most famous Dugs in Star Wars, I guess, would be Sebulba from Phantom Menace. And the Zillow Beast is going to be really important, especially shows like Bad Batch. And so I will eventually cover Bad Batch. But yeah. The Zillow Beast Strikes Back, released April 16th, 2010. Directed by Stuart Lee and written by Brian Mashing. When the Zillow Beast was brought back to Coruscant in hopes of learning the secrets of its impenetrable armor, instead it breaks loose and rampages across the city or planet. As the clones prepare to kill it with poison gas, Jedi are again trapped in a moral conflict between its life and that of the planet's civilian populace. Which is cool. Death Trap, released April 23rd, 2010. Boba Fett infiltrates a Republic cruiser and joins a group of young clones with the intent of assassinating Mace Windu or killing his father, Jango Fett. So first time we're going to be released April 23rd, 2010. It was directed by Stuart Lee and written by Doug Petrie. First time we're seeing a Boba Fett. Boba Fett would later appear in the original trilogy as a bounty hunter. His father, as we know, is Jango Fett, who got killed in Attack of the Clones, and it was Mace Windu who sliced it out. And so that's why we're seeing Boba wants revenge. R2 comes home, at least April 30th, 2010. It was directed by Giancarlo Volpe and written by Yuan Mahoney. So we're seeing both those guys again, which is cool. Anakin Skywalker and Mace Windu are trapped in the crumbling ruins of a crashed ship while searching for survivors, and only R2-D2 can get a message to save him. If he can elude vicious Gundarks, and worse yet, a crew of determined bounty hunters led by Boba Fett and Aura Singh. Gundarks are really weird creatures in Star Wars. Seeing Boba again. Aura Singh, first time I met seeing her. She was in the last episode too. Death Trap, but she's really important. She's a former lover of Hondo. And fun fact, if you saw her Phantom Menace, you can see her on Espa in a racing scene, like on the cliffs, watching. She would later be killed by Tobias Beckett, I'm pretty sure who is, in Solo, so she's mentioned there too. The last episode of the season, Lethal's Trackdown, was released April 30th, 2010. Directed by Dave Filoni, who created this show, and also the key piece of Star Wars right now, and written by Dave Filoni and Drew Z. Greenberg. While Anakin and Mace Windu recover from the injuries, Plo Koon and Ahsoka track down Boba Fett from the underworld of Coruscant to the desert planet of Florum. Boba's revenge scheme finally leads to a cinematic battle, and a life for Republic admiral hangs in the balance. Why I'm gonna mention this too? I don't know yet. One of the crew members for Boba's is Bosk, the Trandoshan. I'm only mentioning that because later on Trandoshans would appear in the episode. But yeah, really cool. We're seeing Florm for her. I think this might be Florm's first appearance, but I don't remember. I don't know. It could have been seen in season 1, but nonetheless, Florm is a home world to the pirates that Hondo leads, which is cool. That is it. Like I said, season 3 will be on the 26th of June, and that is called Secrets Revealed, which is really cool. It's probably one of my favorite seasons, I would say, too. But, like I also said, if you're looking for non-TCW stuff, July 3rd, we're going to cover Revenge of the Sith, which is cool. Also, like I also said in the video after, on June 25th, Ghoulies 2. I hope you all enjoy. Bye-bye.